But you did. There are allegations.
Excuse me. Hold on a second. Hold on. Who pushed who?
Okay, listen. Okay, one time his wife showed up here. Okay, and with a cast on.
Oh, it wasn't a cast.
Yeah, it was.
It was like a brace.
Whatever.
Like a soft cast.
Yeah.
Basically. So
You're not helping,
So
sir.
she tells me this story about how she fell down the stairs, right?
Oh.
But I don't think she fell.
I'm not going to tell you again. Sit down on the curb.
And what are you doing? Don't be grabbing on me. I just asked you.
You're going to get tased if you don't sit
I
down.
ain't doing nothing to you. I'll get you, bitch.
All right, cool.
I hate that I'm waiting for you to push it the whole time. You never push it.
Because I wait for the 5 seconds.
I know, but it seems like 20.
You got to give him the anticipation.
Yeah, exactly. It's also really good for editing because I get to put in the clip, and then it has like a little bit of space. Give it some, a little time to breathe. It's like a fine wine.
Very true.
Got to give it some time to breathe.
Let it breathe.
Yeah.
Sniff it a little.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do got to sniff
Oh,
it. Yeah, because you do. Like
I'm a wine snob there, bud.
And then you put it around. You got to let it breathe, and then you. And they spit it out. Yeah. Or if you actually want to go to a wine tasting, they tell you to spit it out because you're supposed to be tasting the wine. But what
Doesn't seem like tasting. I just be like,
what you really do, what you're supposed to get it in your palate,
Get it on your chin.
yeah, get it on there,
Let it dribble out.
let it dribble a little bit, then spit.
Uh-huh.
You're not supposed to let it dribble.
Damn.
But what you really should do is don't spit. You're supposed to swallow.
yeah.
And I'm still talking about wine.
Oh, sorry. Thought that was a message for somebody else out there. Anyways,
it still applies to most of regular life. But anyway, welcome once again to another episode of Itchy Sweater. We are your humble servants, Ren and Stimpy.
fucking A.
There we go. That's
I'll
a good
take
one.
it.
Yeah.
It's better than the last one. The last one was Peyton and
I think
Ryan Leaf or something like that. I was like, damn, that didn't make sense at all.
I was like, think about a good football combo. And I was like, all right, that's fine. So, welcome, and we have here in the Itchy Sweater studio, which is, it's just an apartment, but we have a special guest, and I'm going to go ahead and just throw it over to him. Why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Cody Bennett. I'm a small business owner, fabricator, Central Texas.
Oh.
Sorry, our audience is a little delayed there.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I pushed that button.
It has been.
Yeah, like we haven't seen each other in a little bit.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Wow, has it?
I think so.
Yeah, because then you took a break, then I took a break, and then now we're here.
Now we're here.
Wow.
What do we do? You want to hug it out?
Well, we'll do that later.
Okay.
We have a guest.
Sorry,
I don't want him to feel left
Don't
out.
want to get them jealous.
Yeah, we got to warm him up first, and then maybe we can get into like the sexual encounter.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
okay.
again, he still doesn't really know why he's here.
That's true.
He just showed up and hoping for the best.
Well, I mean, he also did say that, or I told him that we might be serial killers, and he seemed fine with it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I just heard somebody want to take some pictures.
you know,
Yeah, there will be pictures taken. Whether or not you will be presentable is totally up to us. So I hope you're feeling pretty because today's your day to shine. But yes, our special guest is here. This is a very good day, I know, especially for Kyle. So because we're going to get into a little bit of vehicle talk. And if there's something that gets Kyle giddy, it's talking about vehicles.
I love cars.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to fabrication, I know this is a question that's very basic. I know it's kind of generic, but I want to know, how did you get into that line of work?
Oh, man. Geez, that's a long one. It's actually not my background. My background's in auto collision. And I went to, took auto collision in high school and went to trade school in Houston. And I actually got into like airbag trucks. Like,
okay,
that was what got me
Yeah.
really into it. And then I just kind of read and taught myself from there. Like, once I did my first one, I was like, "Oh, I like this stuff." Like,
that whole teach yourself thing is just insane. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I don't have that. And like I could be like, "Hey, step by step instructions on how to do this, and I'd still figure out how to screw it up.
See, like, I'm not a YouTube learner, so
I'm not
everybody
either.
these days is like, oh, just watch a YouTube video. I'm like, I can't do that.
I need someone to physically show me and teach me.
Yeah, I just have to do it and screw it up, and then I can redo it and
Yeah,
do it perfect.
better. Yeah. Are you more of a visual learner, or can someone like just tell you? And then
No,
you'll-
100% visual.
Visual, yeah.
Well, I feel like
Same.
fabrication will be visual anyway, because
Yeah.
you still got to actually see what you're doing.
Right.
So that seems like that applies.
And by no means am I a welder. Like, there are textbook welders, you know, and it's totally different thing, you know. Like, I'm sure textbook welders would look at my welds, you know, and be like, yeah, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, let me show you a good weld, and then they just do like 2 seconds of a little burn. That's a good weld.
That's a $1,000 weld right there.
That's gonna hold. That's gonna hold for life right there. That's gonna be prehistoric.
Yeah.
But how'd you get into collision? Like, what was in your background that helped you get into that field?
Oh man, that's a funny story. I went to Kansas for 2 summers and stayed with family friends up there in Kansas, and he was a body man in a body shop, you know, and he had like jet skis and a race car and a dune buggy and all kinds of cool stuff, you know, motorcycle. I was like, well, damn, he's got all kinds of cool shit. What does he do? That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Little did I know.
Just slowly getting into the actual field yourself. Nice.
So what did it take to start your business? Well, when did that take off, and what got you to that point where you were like, you know what, I need to do it myself?
A sugar mama. No,
You know what? Shout out to all the sugar mamas out there. You guys make life so much easier.
Make the
No,
world go around.
I mean, my wife went back to school. She changed careers and went to nursing school. So, you know, I kind of busted my ass through that, you know, and we got her through that. And now she makes really killer money. And it was like, all right, now it's time for you, you know.
Reciprocation.
Yes.
See, that's something that I think we all need to learn in our life of love and happiness, is you have to scratch your partner's back. And sometimes your partner just might scratch yours.
I like that.
Yeah.
I want to be scratched.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's what you like?
that's what I like.
Okay.
That's what I want.
You like a little bit of hair pulling, do you?
Sometimes.
Unless
More ass spanking.
unless you work on cars for a living and you roll around on the ground and your back gets scratched, and then your wife is like, what are those scratches on your back from?
There you go.
Nothing, honey.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I smell that oil on you. You don't think I know who that is? That bitch Jessica. She's been smelling like oil ever since I met her. So yeah, you gotta watch out for Jessica. She's real oily. If you work in a fabrication shop, call Jessica for a good time.
Call Jessica for a good time. What was going off of that? What was when you first opened?
You are eating the microphone.
I am eating a microphone. I feel like I sound a lot better like this. What was your first project? Like first paid project? Like, hey, Cody, I want you to do this for me.
Man, well,
What got you going? That first big project, you were like, "Yep, this is going to help me on the map."
so like 2 years before I officially opened the shop, I mean, I was doing everything side work that I could, you know, to save up money and build a little customer base portfolio. Honestly, I don't really remember what the first like paid job was, because I mean, I've done like side work for so long. You know, that was always as well like the money that funded like my personal stuff, you know, like I never took anything from our bill money to buy truck parts or buy motorcycle or whatever. Like it was always side money. So, you know, I mean, I've been doing that for years and years and years. But the actual first one, man, I don't know. I don't even remember it, honestly. It was probably hacked up.
Well, I can tell you what wasn't hacked up that I have a newfound respect for you was your Sema truck. You have the experience now. You have that under your belt to say that you yourself were top 40? 40. You were top 40 at Sema. And I mean, shoot, I in the back of my head, I was thinking top 100, but top 40, that's even better. That's more insane for your build.
So there's a lot of stuff at SEMA, but there's a competition within called Battle of the Builders. and you have to register for it. You sign up, and I think last year there was like 380 or 90 entered in it.
Holy crap!
And it's only 4 categories too. It's not like there's like 50 categories. It's 4 categories. Period. That's it. So
I feel like that kind of breaks it down a little bit better though, because if you have just a certain amount of categories, it makes it a little bit more strict. So if you have 300 plus, vehicles, you got to make sure that they're meeting the mark, so you don't have,
yes,
so many great entries.
In our category, for example, the one that won was a K5 Blazer that was easily probably like $750,000 or maybe $1 million build.
Gosh!
And the one that won the overall, actually the same brothers, the Ring brothers, amazing builders. But the overall vehicle that won was like a 3 year, $2.8 million build.
Oh my God!
What?
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, $2.8 million.
This is over 3 years.
What was it?
It was a 48 Chevy truck with like F1 inspiration, so tons of one-off carbon fiber and engineered
Holy
suspension.
shit.
I mean, just crazy parts.
That's nuts.
But that's what you're up against as a
Yeah.
little bitty, 1,200 square foot shop in Central Texas with a shoestring budget. So.
But you still place top 40 out of all of those, so that's definitely something to be proud of.
Have I showed you his truck?
You
in
did.
here?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to find a good set of pictures in here, and like on your Bennett built page, and I'm like, oh man, which one do I show him? I see videos, but honestly, man, that thing is an animal. And that, I don't know if you've actually taken that out and done anything with it yet.
Not yet. We've got some shock tuning that we have to work out on it. So the shocks that we had were.
Is that like a Hidden Falls trip you'll take, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely want to be at that one. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it like I said, that the SEMA thing really opened my eyes when I was like, wow, somebody local, and I mean anybody can be local depending on where you are, but like local to me made it to SEMA, a show that I've been keeping up with for probably 6 or 7 years, probably now, something like that. And now that I've talked to you on multiple occasions online, and I've now met you, and I've seen what you've done, I'm like, this is insane. The guy did top 40, sorry. What was the number?
40.
It was 40?
40. Yeah.
So, top 40 out of 390 people, and, made this monstrous project that was originally your... what was the story behind it?
The client's in San Antonio. He's got a really big detail shop down there. Well, they do like, I say detail. It's like an auto spa. They do like coatings and stuff, high-end stuff. But it was actually like a truck that he bought in high school. So he's had it since high school.
Okay, I thought it was your high school
No.
truck. It was his high school
I'm
truck.
building mine this year.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, I did hear right.
Yep. I haven't released the rendering yet. We're still working on a couple sponsors to kind of iron things out. But
is that something you can show us off?
oh yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Woo! All right.
It's we got some really cool stuff that's going to be on it, and then 90s is extremely hot right now, and so I've actually got a couple projects in the shop with that kind of theme, and
90s.
it's going.
I'm very. What's the word? I'm very drawn towards that era because I was in it. I'm
It was
91.
the best. It was
If
the best
you look
era.
at any vehicle, and I'll argue it all day long, imports, domestic, anything, even late 90s, like when the Corvette, when the C5 came out. I'm sorry. Yeah, C5 came out. A whole new era of muscle cars and stuff. I would argue any single day of the week that is the best era of vehicles. It is.
Agree.
It's just the best. Even the liveries. Liveries?
Livery.
Even those. I mean, all the OBS Chevy trucks that they had them on there, the pinstriping and everything, so freaking cool.
What qualifies a truck for SEMA? Like, what is it? Like you said, you got to sign up, and like, how intense is that sign up? Like to know that you have the build that could probably do something.
So it is first and foremost an industry trade show, right? So it's like, it's for builders, vendors, parts manufacturers, everything, to show what's new, what's, the latest and greatest. So it's not really a sign up, a company buys a booth at SEMA.
Gotcha.
And I think like this year it's like $38 a square foot plus your build out. So booths are $38. Yeah. And then your build out is all union. So like your electrical and lighting and all that stuff, you have to pay like union to build all that out and set everything up. So it's a ton of money. Like it's a huge investment for a company to have like a booth at SEMA. So you have all these vehicles that are really just displaying parts, displaying, this person's work, whatever, and that's really what it's about. There's 5,000 tickets that they sell to the public for Friday only currently. And then this year they're starting a thing called SEMA Fest, which is like a weekend car show, drifting, live music, like event. Like they're bringing more to the public, but it's like
party.
After.
Yeah.
It's like the SEMA after party, and they're bringing it bigger. So... So you in regard to your question, like you don't really have to qualify. Like, if you get someone's booth space, like, hey, XYZ product, wants you to put it on your vehicle, and then you get a booth. That's pretty much all it is.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head, who were some of the big sponsors you got?
Last year, Mickey Thompson Tires. That's who we were partnered with and who we were in their booth. And Dirty Life Wheels, Warren Winches, FCK Lighting, MB Quart, Prismatic, Powder, Line-X, Alamo Truck Gear, a couple others that I'm missing. I always forget. Like,
we're not going to make sure every one of them.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I feel bad.
Secretly, I'm going to send this to everybody.
Here's a list of all the ones you're missing. Now, how bad do you feel? But what's like the prize or the payout for the person who wins? Do you know?
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow.
It's just bragging rights.
Nice.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
See what I mean by like have that newfound respect.
Yeah.
Like he went in with 390 something other people and was top 40.
Yeah.
And now he has that bragging right. Like, hey, everybody behind me, 41 and up, you guys suck.
Yeah.
I did it. I'm better than you.
I'm the one who made the cut.
I am the top one.
And I mean, it still costs a bunch of money. Like, we got some parts sponsored, but a lot of sponsorships are discounts. Like, I just ordered my shocks for mine yesterday. It's 35% discount. So,
okay.
It's a lot of, it's discounted, but it's not free. I mean,
right,
so you could still easily spend $100,000, on getting there, and then you have to be there for a week, and it adds up. It's a lot.
Slide the part over. You did a great job, but I'm still gonna need a little bit of cash from you. I'm gonna need you to come out of pocket just a little bit.
Just give me some green.
Yeah, come on, just slide some over.
Yeah. So the ones that do fully sponsor, you're like, oh, thank you.
Right.
Please let me grovel at your feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kiss your feet.
Yeah. How now I know you said the Sugar Mama helped out. How'd that conversation go when you told her like, hey, I think I'm gonna do SEMA?
It was kind of always the plan, like I knew that. So when we started, we knew that 5 years of the business was not going to turn any profit. We knew that for 5 years, everything is going back into the business. We've got to build a portfolio. We've got to market. We've got to move forward. So she fully expected that, and then I took her out to SEMA with me the year before last. We had a great time. I showed her everything and showed her just how big things could really be. Because I think, especially if you're not into cars, like you don't know how big it can really be. And even being into cars, but never being there, you still don't fully grasp like how big it can really be. I mean, the first year I ever went, I walked 45 miles.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's
in 4 days.
They say you can't walk every booth.
Really?
The whole time. It's
No,
ridiculous.
you can't.
Wow. Because I personally never been there, so I don't even really know how it is.
I've never have either, but
it's huge.
I watch guys like TJ Hunt.
Yep.
I watch guys like him who be there, or Rob Dom.
Well, you know who Larry Chin is?
Name sounds
World
familiar.
famous automotive photographer. And now he's an influencer as well, and does builds. But his first year he ever went to SEMA, he set out to photograph every single vehicle that was at SEMA.
Oh.
Now media does get in like a little bit before and a little bit after, so they have a little more time. But he literally was so exhausted every day that he didn't even change clothes. He was crashing on someone's condo floor, would get to the condo and just pass out. wake up the next morning on time, get there, and absolutely killed himself. But he accomplished what he set out to do, and he took a picture of every single vehicle displayed at SEMA that year.
That is nuts.
It's really insane.
And not only is it the expo center itself right there, but it's also outside.
Yes.
On the street.
It's every building at the Las Vegas Convention Center, which I think is like 5 buildings. It's like 5 halls. The largest hall there, you can put the Empire State Building in it laid down.
Jesus.
So that gives like a perspective when you hear that stat. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that big. Holy cow.
And as a photographer, I'm thinking about the gear. Like, because I know he had so many batteries. I know he had to have a backup to the backup. I know he had to carry all of that. I know he's like changing out multiple times. I know the shutter's going through a bunch of pressure. I know the camera itself is probably heating up to a point where it's kind of dangerous. So I'm thinking about the camera itself.
The first year I went, like I was on this giant health kick. You know, I was running and eating super healthy and everything. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Vegas for this vacation. I'm just going to eat whatever I want, and I'm going to have a good time. And I'm going to gain a little weight, but when I get back, I'm fine, you know? Mm-hmm. And I got back, and I lost 2 pounds.
Holy cow.
I was
Came back
2
more
pounds lighter.
Just from walking that whole time.
Just from walking, being so exhausted, and eating the most junk, greasy fried food and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Tell me
matter.
you went to the Heart Attack Grill.
No. So it's on Fremont. And
Yes,
so
it's
that's
always
like our
away.
hangout spot is every night, like after SEMA. And the last like 2 or 3 years, it's been over Halloween as well. So Halloween on Fremont's
right.
fucking awesome. Like
I
it is awesome.
bet. Oh man.
We got a little spot there on Fremont. It's called Cat's Karaoke Bar, and it's like on this like second story, so you can kind of overwatch Fremont. And it's the coolest
good
little
old-
dive. Yeah,
Good old
it's-
people watch.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
awesome.
that's our spot. But yeah, Heart Attack Grill. I don't know. There's like a barbecue place that's on Fremont that's like really good. It's like the go-to for us.
Oh, there you go. Hell yeah.
Is it mostly like festival food type?
Oh no, Vegas.
no?
Vegas has some of like the best
Oh,
food you'll
dude.
ever eat in your life.
Oh, nice. Okay. I just want to make sure.
And some of it's pretty cheap too.
Okay.
Like there's buffets that have some of the best food you've ever had. They're like $10.
Oh, nice.
All you can eat.
So these spot, we love like hole in walls, and
Yeah.
you remember the old Taco Bells? Like I'm talking the old Taco Bells that were like no bigger than this apartment, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
You know, they had like 4 tables. Well, there's an old Taco Bell, and it's called Fuku Burger, and it's like this Asian fusion burger spot, but it is the best burgers you will ever eat in your life. And it's rad, but there's literally like 4 tables in the entire place, and it's
Damn.
like standing room only, wall to wall. But that's every time that we go.
That's a go-to.
It's a go-to every
Oh
time.
my gosh. See, we haven't been to Vegas man, I probably haven't been to Vegas since my son was at least born. So probably like 8 years.
Dude,
So
it's so
probably-
cheap from Austin. Like flights, you fly like Spirit or Frontier, it's like $100 round trip.
See, I used to live in California, so we used to make the drive through
Oh, yeah.
Bakersfield and all that. 9-10 hours, get there, take a whole day to come back. So
There's a sorry, we said Spirit, and I was thinking about this. I'm pretty sure it was a joke, but knowing Spirit, it might not have been. There was this guy who was doing a video while he was on Spirit Airlines, and right to his left, slightly behind him, there was this girl straddling this guy, and they were basically like making out and having sex.
Hey, don't doubt it.
Yeah, and he was like,
Don't doubt it
He's
one
like,
bit.
I'm never flying Spirit again.
Hey, I'll fly it every time. You know what? It's about your expectations.
Yeah.
I know it's a cheap flight. I know my expectations are low, right?
Right.
But they're
You're
going
gonna
to
see
get
some
me
shit.
there, and I'm going to get back. That's
will-
all that matters.
You definitely will get there. Yeah.
you're gonna see some shit though.
Yeah, Spirit Airlines is different, but it's the only way to fly. So,
But speaking of cheap airlines, like last year, my wife's best friend went. She got canceled on American, and she's a nurse. Like had to be on shift and everything. Her flight got pushed back, like 12 hours, and then finally canceled. They put her in a hotel that was like $22 a night.
Whoa.
Yeah, you want to talk about a
Oh.
shithole?
wow,
Right.
Ew.
I wouldn't even sleep
Like
on the
they
bed.
treated her, and this was American Airlines, and like they treated her horribly through the whole
Wow.
process.
Oh my god.
And she ended up had to get home like 2 days later and had to pay like to change another flight and everything. It was crazy.
Holy crap. Jeez.
Horrible.
Now, how many years have you gone to SEMA total?
Since 2018.
And
but
have
they didn't
you-
have it 2 years because of COVID.
Because of COVID. Now, the years that you did go, did you get to meet any influential people that you knew? Anything crazy like that?
Oh yeah,
Crazy
I mean,
experiences?
you know, like I'm a big like roadkill fan, you know, and like the first year I ever went, we're down on Fremont Street hanging out, and there's Mike Finnegan, you know. I'm just like, oh, what's up, dude? You know, talk to him, and then do you know who Joel, the big Viking guy from Diesel Brothers
Yes.
show? Yeah, Joel, he's a really cool dude. He was down
He
there on
was there
Fremont
too.
hanging out. Yeah, we took pictures, talked to him, chatted with
man.
him. Super cool dude. You know, he's like a rocket scientist, I think. Yeah, he actually has like a PhD in rocket science.
Holy
No
crap.
shit.
Yeah, he's extremely smart.
Really?
Genius. Genius level
And
dude.
he's helping build trucks?
Well, you should follow like his actual
Oh, okay.
shop
Okay.
overkill chassis, I think. They do some really crazy stuff. But
Really?
yeah, I mean, total genius. The dude is absolutely a genius. Certified.
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 Yeah, especially
Certified
if you are
genius.
like rocket scientists.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the advice we give is professional, but it's definitely not licensed.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So genius is a bit of a stretch for us.
More
but-
more of loose guidelines.
Yeah. It's kind of more of a do as we say, not as we do type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
So-
don't listen to us.
That's what you say as a parent when you're like, damn it, and you yell and you're like, wait. No, don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
Yep. Don't
yeah.
don't repeat what I just said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I had that issue yesterday. I got in trouble. Was it yesterday? Day before. I got in trouble for it. Mm-hmm. Mama tore into me.
Yep.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Mason said something you shouldn't have.
And I've seen your wife, so I don't want to hear any back talk from you at all.
She'll cock back and
Yeah.
she'll do some
But
damage.
you did. There are allegations.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Who
Well,
pushed who?
Okay, listen. Okay, one time his wife showed up here. Okay, and with a cast on.
Oh, it wasn't a cast.
Yeah, it was.
It was like a brace.
Whatever.
Like a soft cast.
Yeah.
Basically. So
You're not helping,
So
sir.
she tells me this story about how she fell down the stairs, right? Oh. But I don't think she fell down the stairs.
Listen.
I think she had a little bit of influence,
Listen.
but it's
She
all
had the other end of the couch, and she wanted this thing. And
Wow.
she wouldn't bring it down like she should have been.
Okay.
She should have listened.
okay.
So you threw a couch down the stairs. at her.
Whoa. Okay. Nobody threw anything. I may have given a little
I mean,
bump.
you're a big
Little
dude.
extra
Like, I'm
bump.
just saying, like, you
Yeah.
could probably handle the couch down the stairs by yourself. Like,
think
I'm a
so.
little dude.
Maybe
you
dragging
could handle
it,
a couch.
Maybe dragging the couch down the
Dragging
stairs.
the
Maybe a
couch.
little bit,
Wow.
a little bit.
I've seen you do things that would be almost inhuman. So this is what I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. This is definitely a do as I say, not as I do type of thing. What I'm
Don't
about to
beat
tell you
your
right
wife.
here. No, well, yeah.
Don't throw couches at your
throw-
wife.
Don't throw her down the
yeah,
stairs.
Exactly. But also, you really walked into that. If I was a lawyer, you'd be in jail as we speak.
Listen.
Wow, and I said allegedly.
Here.
I didn't even accuse you.
You know
I
what?
said allegedly, and you walked right into it.
But here's the part. You
Dead
ready?
rights.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Who would you do the podcast with?
With your wife.
No. Thought she could want to talk about a softball and babies.
Softball.
You don't talk about softball and babies with me.
You want to talk about softball and babies?
Let's talk about softball and babies.
Okay, fine. Texas didn't make the championship stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have to do a little bit more research.
Yeah, you suck. Oklahoma and Alabama are in it. You don't even know.
I didn't say talk about it now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Jeez.
I was just fired up calling you out.
Which Oklahoma? OSU
Both.
or
Both are in it.
Not surprising. They don't have much else to do in Oklahoma.
I think we're going for. I think she said Florida State. Because in Texas we hate Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you?
You know why it's always windy in Texas?
Why?
Because Oklahoma sucks.
Other thing we were going to talk about was your hobbies outside of automotive. I know you are a big mountain bike enthusiast.
Yes.
What was it? Just riding bikes every day as kids, and you were like, "Hey, I'm going to do it more extreme."
Well, I mean, obviously, like growing up, pre-internet, that's what everybody did, right? I mean, as kids, we
Gotta
rode
get
bikes
out.
around the neighborhood, yeah. And I raced BMX when I was younger. We had a track that opened up, close to us, so we raced BMX. My brother was actually really good. He was, because we're 5 years apart, so he was a lot younger, started younger. He was actually really good. He's still to this day like way better rider than me, but he kept telling me for years, "Oh, you got to get a mountain bike. You got to get a mountain bike. You got to get a mountain bike." So finally, I bought one for like $50, and he took me out one time, and I was like,
One of those Walmart bikes.
"No, it was a GT.
Okay.
I mean, it was okay. It was like it was a Dick's bike, Dick's Sporting Goods, right? So
yeah,
we're a
nice.
little bit nicer,
Yeah, a little bit better.
A little
yeah.
nicer than Walmart.
Yeah, so took it out one time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is for me.
Mm.
Yeah, this is it." So I think I went through like 3 or 4 bikes in a year span, like upgrading and better, and yeah.
Are you more of a hardtail guy or a full suspension?
Oh, full suspension
Full
all
suspension.
the way. Yeah.
I haven't messed with a full suspension at all.
Game changing.
I've got buddies that have specialized hardtails. I have a Schwinn hardtail. It's nothing special, but I rode BMX and did mountain bikes with my buddies. It wasn't the greatest. I was the camera guy, or parts guy, because I was the mule riding around the city while they would be like, "Hey, go film this,"
Yeah.
But
Make sure you put the cocaine up your butt.
yeah. Hey, there's the cops. Hide everything.
Yeah.
Those kind of guys.
Yeah.
I was the fall guy.
Absolutely.
But never got to go anywhere like what's the one out here, Spider Mountain?
Yeah,
Something like
Spider
that.
Mountain and Burn It.
Never been anything like that. Always was mainly a street rider, stuff like that. The skate parks, mess around with the skaters because they didn't like BMXers for some reason.
That's a big thing.
Isn't it weird?
It's
Yeah.
still like an ongoing thing.
It
I feel
is.
like.
It is.
Dude, I haven't done it in like 10 years, so
Yeah. Well,
that's
here's
insane.
Here's the thing. I used to skate in Indianapolis, like kind of my middle school, high school ish days, and in Indianapolis, the big skate park, you have the skate park, and then the Major Taylor Velodrome is right next to it. So you have like dirt bikes and BMX and that track where the cyclists go around. So I was always in close proximity to the people who rode bikes, and I'm telling you, like every time we'd go out there, there's at least going to be one fight that breaks out between these guys. It's ridiculous. So it's an ongoing fight.
What's funny with the way we grew up was all the kids that, and nothing against these guys, like they're amazing at what they do, the skaters. Wasn't a big skater. I could ollie and shove it, and that was it.
Skateboards scared the crap out of me.
That was all I could do.
Yeah.
Or like when you rode up on the little ledge,
ramp?
you could just grind down a little bit.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I never got into it, but I got into BMX and mountain bikes a lot. And all the skaters were always small, skinny.
They were me.
No, real small, like smaller.
Yeah. Oh, like short.
Yeah,
sidewalks.
short. And there was one, really ripped guy, but he was always drunk, or they were always doing drugs
That's
or
the
whatever,
bouncer.
like
Yeah.
whatever, doing their thing. And all the guys that I was with, we had all had like sports backgrounds, so we were all bigger. Mm-hmm. And we'd pull up, and we never had a problem with them. We were just like, hey, They were like, "Oh, those guys are bigger. I'm gonna mess with them."
Skaters don't really pick on people who are bigger than them.
Yes.
We always pick on people who are our size or smaller. So we're looking to ruffle feathers. We're not
But-
looking for a fight.
People shouldn't pick on skaters because skaters. Did you ever see the Mike V?
Vallely?
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
it takes
just-
on like
He was
five
a-
guys in the
He was a
dark.
monster. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Monster.
Yeah.
Not saying that nothing against them, like anybody could take them, but I'm just saying
Oh,
we never
anybody could
had
take 'em.
we never had that issue, so I'm just throwing that out there. Just saying.
It's not that we're tough. Well, it's not that we're skilled at fighting. It's just that we just don't quit.
Well, you fall, you get hurt, like
Yeah, and
you
you
can
just get
take
back up.
pain, like
Yep.
Yeah.
you can take a hit. I mean,
If all else fails, we'll just hit you with a board.
It's with the board, with the
Yes.
truck side.
yes.
And
Yep.
then you run away.
Yep, exactly. He knows. He's done it once or twice.
I neither confirmed nor denied the scuffles I've been in, but I always came out on top.
But so I also see the videos of your boys. They're following in your footsteps. They ride bikes pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, this past year has been rode near as much as we would like. I mean, I've just been so busy with the shop. I mean, I work 7 days a week pretty much, but and I feel like guilty sometimes that I'm like, okay, we haven't gone riding, whatever. And two, they both kind of stopped BMX racing. It just got to be a lot for us, coming to the track in Austin, hour there, hour back.
Oh, damn, you had to drive all the way there?
Yeah, Oof. So that got just a little much for everything that was going on. My wife was, getting her bachelor's and all this stuff. We just had so much going on. We just kind of backed off a little bit. And my youngest isn't really competitive. He just likes to ride and jump and do things. He's not really competitive. So he had no desire to really race anymore. And so we're like, okay, cool. Well, then we're only going for one kid, It's like, this is getting a little difficult, And now the oldest is driving, so...
he can take himself.
Well...
Get your ass out there.
When you start driving and get a girlfriend, you got different interests.
Those gas mileages are going towards something else.
It's crazy how you think about that later on in life. You're like, why did I stop? What am I... For her? Really? She could have come with me.
Yeah, my oldest is really good rider. He's a really fast kid, man. He's super fit.
Is that the one? I'm going to ask about a clip that I saw.
Yes.
Something about a crash?
Yes.
Was that him?
I haven't posted. I got a longer clip I'll show you.
Oh, really?
Better view. And it's, he
Pretty
took
bad.
like straight to the head.
Ooh. Because I remember you posting the one video and going, oh. And yeah. That had to have been, being a parent and watching a kid do that. You're like, oh, shit. I could only imagine.
Me, I was kind of okay. Obviously the wife being a nurse, and her mama heart, she was a little bit freaked out. But, he's super resilient. I mean, he's crashed before, and I pulled a part of a branch out of his back. It was like stuck in his back. I mean, and I mean, like, probably shed one tear. The kid is tough as nails. He really is.
One of those guys that does like downhill racing and slams into a tree and pops right back up. Kind of.
Yeah.
He broke his collarbone at the BMX track, and really was like, yeah, it hurts, but I'm okay. Yeah, I mean, he was like the next day, like on our stationary bike, like training and in a sling and everything. So yeah, it was. He's good. He's a good kid.
I think skateboarding overall kind of toughened me up a little bit too, because you're falling on concrete constantly.
The one thing about skating compared to biking, is that you could hit a rock and go flying.
Yeah,
not on a bike.
Yeah,
and that happens more than you think.
It happened a lot.
The stupid cloud.
Oh.
Wow, the cloud.
I'm like, wow, what is that picture?
The cloud. I'm surrounded by iPhones.
Well, you can send it sometime. We'll look at it if anything.
How are we in like the techiest place ever, and you have like the worst cell signal?
Well,
do you have AT&T?
Yes,
because I do too, and it sucks. Oh, so he cased. Oh, he slammed his head into it.
Yeah, he went like over one berm and into the other berm like head first.
Yep. Yeah, he's done.
I'm gonna just stay here.
Yeah, it was rough to watch.
I want to see it one more time. So he lawn darted.
Oh yeah.
Broke his helmet and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say even with a helmet, that's ugh.
Broke his helmet.
Now, what did he break his collarbone on that?
No.
What
Fine. Nothing. No broken bones.
Not even a concussion.
Concussion?
No.
Oh my god.
Fine.
Let me just lawn dart off of a jump straight to my head, and I'm not going to get anything? Are you kidding me?
Man, I was racing with them, BMX
made
racing.
Of rubber.
Yeah, I was BMX racing with the kids when they first got back into it too. And man, we're at practice one night, and I'd like over jump this, jump on the track and kind of get on the front wheel and try to ride it out, and lost it, and end up like chest first, and it knocked me out because I hit chest, face. And it knocked me out, and it was pretty bad. Like the chest was road rash, helmet was all broken.
Yeah,
that was when I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, let me just take a little bit of time off, see what happens.
Backpedal a little bit,
just a little bit. When you get into something, are you kind of like fully
committed?
Yeah,
fully committed.
Because I know when I got into like whether it's skateboarding or cycling or golf, whatever the case may be, I'm like every day I'm trying to get better. Every day I'm looking up stuff. Every day I'm like out there if I can get out there. So are you kind of the same?
Full committal.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me.
No.
No, see, I got into skate. So like, I got into this thing because I thought my cousin Travis, coolest dude ever. Looked up to him. He was 6 months older than me, but I'm like, this guy's so badass. I want to do everything he does. Mm-hmm. And he would like, hey, I just bought a guitar. I'm like, I'm gonna buy a guitar.
Yeah.
Got a guitar. He'd sell his. I'm like, yeah, I don't want mine anymore. He's like, man, I got into skating, and I'm like, okay, I've never done that before. Let's try it. Mom, I want a skateboard.
Yeah.
She bought me a skateboard. You know, I get the skateboard, and I'd go ride around behind his friends, and I'd be like, okay, I can do this. Going down a hill. Nope, gonna pick it up and walk down.
Yeah.
They'd ride down the hill.
And see, that's what's funny. Like, that's how I view my brother, my little brother. You know, is he's like a way better rider. And so he'll do something, and I'm like, damn.
Well,
like, okay, well, geez.
And the craziest thing was like I would try and be like I'd try and do the easy stuff. So I couldn't kickflip. I couldn't do any high ollies. So I learned a lot. Mike Vallely, who would do a lot of hand stuff, cavemans, you know, stuff where if you hit the board this way and jump back on, you can do it. Like
street skating,
easy street stuff. Yeah. You know, I could do a 3-stair like nobody's business. It was easy. You know, anything above that, I'm like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah. It gets different real quick.
Oh, dude, another extra 6 inches?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, nope,
Because looking down, especially like on a ramp, because if you look at a ramp like on the side or sitting down or whatever, it's like, okay, it's like not a bad ramp, so it's whatever. As soon as you get to the top on that lip, it looks like it's 10 times bigger.
Half pipes?
It's like, oh, wow, okay.
Nope, you can't do it.
Yeah.
We had this place called the Sanctuary BMX Park where I was at, and they had their indoor ramps and stuff, and we went there for my birthday one year, and I got up to the top, and I looked down, I'm like,
yeah, it's different.
No.
Yeah.
No, not doing this.
So, you know, obviously, like sports. Okay, so I think when I was a kid, and I'm thinking back to, you know, what people did in sports, you know, like when Tony Hawk did like the 900, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But now, the things that people are doing is like just so far above and beyond. It's like, how are they even doing this? But it's because like they don't have this fear receptor in their brain. Mm-hmm. They genetically are different, and their brain does not process this self-preservation. They're what are the consequences of this going to be? You know, their brain doesn't work that way, and it doesn't process that way. So they just go bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just getting, I mean, it's getting crazy.
Like, people are
the stuff
popping out 900s like it's nothing.
Oh,
now.
it's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and then, I mean, you get into the guys that are going off ramps, hitting doubles, and doing bike flips themselves,
Well,
or
think about
body
it.
varials, and you're like, when did this was all like, you know, Tony Hawk stuff.
Remember motocross even. Remember when the backflip was such a big deal? People are doing double backflips now and backflip variants.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this is Dark Fest.
Wow.
It's like this just trail jam. They do it in like Africa, and they build these massive jumps. And I mean, I think
Superman
like
backflip?
like they have this jump that's like 150 feet on a mountain bike.
Oh wow.
No, hell no. I'm
I
good.
mean, it's huge.
I'm good.
It's absolutely crazy.
It's like,
nuts to watch.
if I die, I die.
Yeah, you're full committed to dying that day. Sign the waiver.
And of course, like, you know, all the big companies are sponsoring, you know, Monster and Red
Of
Bull.
course.
Everybody's just pushing
yeah.
to go.
Monster's always been into the extreme sports and
Oh, damn.
stuff
What's
like that.
Oh, this one's straight up.
Yep.
Jeez. Oh, this one.
Oh, that's... oh wow.
I mean, it's so big that it's just like, it's almost unbelievable. You just can't even fathom it.
And that's he's going at a serious speed.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that oof.
Moving.
Yeah. My goodness. So was that something that you definitely kind of looked into though when you started mountain biking? Was like, I got to look into the gear. I got to look into what like stuff I can do, how big I can go. Like, were you really hitting like how to research hard when you're getting into that?
Man,
Or was it just like a get out and do it?
I just looked at like places I could go to progress, you know, like jump lines and stuff that I could progress and go gradually bigger. You know, where are the good places to get better, you know, and progress your riding?
Yeah.
Bentonville, Arkansas is literally like probably the best place to progress your riding in a short time. The trails there are unreal.
Nice.
That's where Walmart was, the headquarters of Walmart there. Yeah.
Okay.
They put millions of dollars. I think their initial investment in the trails was like $70 million of Walmart money.
Yeah, so that's like serious.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like we got some money back in it. You can definitely get something done. Yeah, so yeah.
And Austin's got a lot of great riding too. There's just not a lot of elevation here, so you're just limited as to what you can do and build. But you know, I mean, they have been dumping money into a lot of stuff though, which is good.
Yeah, and I also found here too, like with Texas, there's a lot of land, but a lot of it's private land.
It's the most private land of any state in the country.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard, like, to kind of just because I remember in Indy, I can just go wherever and I can just ride on whatever. And out here is definitely not like that. And
we are getting like 4 new state parks, though. They just signed into like it's basically land that's been like donated, you know, a long time ago, and you know, the state and park service hasn't really figured out what to do with it. And, and now they're finally developing into 4 new state parks. Pretty cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, so
it's good.
Good use of land, in my opinion.
I agree, and I hopefully like more of the older generation will leave land. You know, like that. I mean, you know, I don't think a lot of kids these days, or you know, I say kids, but you know, I don't think a lot of people want to take on, you know, this 1,000 acres or whatever. They could just really care less about it. It's kind of unfortunate, but
I mean,
I agree.
You can also see that with like places to go camping out here too. Same thing. People don't, you know, or camping anywhere really. People don't want to do all that work for it.
I've got a good map that I'll email you. It took like years of research, but yeah,
hell yeah, I'm down.
It might be something we have to get Josh on.
Oh, he's our camping aficionado.
Yeah, like
this dude.
He knows all these spots that like if
the
you wouldn't even know it
water
exists
you've ever seen.
Yeah, he finds all these spots. I'm like, where are you? And he won't tell. He like he has like those secrets.
Yeah.
He'll let you know some of the cool spots, but he's got like a list of a whole bunch of stuff that he would just like he won't spill the beans.
Well, there's a spot out in the hill country called the Narrows, and it's like this.
Don't tell everybody.
Well, it's like Instagram famous already, right? But the problem is it's surrounded by private land, right? So
really?
To get there, it's like an 8-mile hike / paddle in, depending on the water level. And,
really?
Yeah, it's like a really arduous thing to get there. But it's all fossilized reef, and these holes are like 50 foot deep, and the water's super clear. It's just unlike anything you ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but you can't get there from anywhere else. It's the Blanco Narrows.
Yeah. So you gotta like park a whole bunch of ways away and like take the hike.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hike or swim paddle, because like you can't get out of the river. You have to hike in through the river.
Yeah.
Because the river technically is public access waterway.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only way
cool.
in and out. It's crazy. Like that used to be on like my bucket list to get to, you know. And
yeah.
But like, there's so many people get arrested for trespassing because they try to just hop the fence, you know, and go to it or whatever. And I'm like, oh,
there's
man,
a
it's
certain
just not
way
worth
to
it.
get there. You have to take the certain way without getting
to
in
go
trouble.
through the river.
Really?
Period. That's it. Yep. That's it.
That's kind of nice because then it makes people not really go there as much and trash it.
Yes.
That's
True.
nice.
Yes.
True. Yeah, because there's some parts that are very easy to get to. That when you get there, 1, it's a ton of people. 2, it's a ton of drunk people. And
3,
2,
there's
it's
a lot
just,
of
Hamilton Pool now, you know, you got to make like reservations. It's like impossible to even get reservations.
You have
it's
to
so
make
booked
a
up.
reservation to go to a pool.
That's right.
Yeah.
You heard right.
That's dumb.
Where do you think you are?
I
You think you're in Indiana? This is Texas.
never been to Indiana.
Yeah, and even worse, Austin area.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, true. There was another thing that you wanted to talk about today.
Yeah. Something
I don't know if you remember because it was quite some time.
I've
Since
slept
you asked
since
me.
then.
Yeah.
I'll let
Well,
him.
you wanted to talk about famous people who are famous for doing nothing.
Oh my gosh.
I know this seems like it grinds your gears.
I
a little
was
bit.
interested in this because I've thought about this too, and I have some strong opinions, but I want to know what you.
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
going with
I'm gonna
that.
go ahead. The Kardashians.
Yeah. That's the first person.
How do we know?
None of them should be rich. I don't give a. I don't care. No.
Yeah.
What if they haven't done anything?
No, they haven't.
Right.
See, this is a great case of nepotism.
Bingo.
Yeah, because their father was like a big time lawyer,
Olympic athlete.
Olympic athlete.
Well, no, I'm talking
Oh
about
no, that's Bruce.
yeah. I'm talking about the Kardashians' actual dad.
That was what's
Yes,
his
he was a
name's
lawyer because he was OJ's legal
lawyer.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Yeah, so Jenner is a different story, but they're the kids of this lawyer, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's their claim to fame. Now,
Look at me.
here's where it gets really funny, okay? Because you have 3 sisters, okay? One is famous for pretty much all the wrong reasons.
Kim.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all know.
Yeah, we know about the Ray J sex tape.
Why did she just stick with it? She could have made a career out of it.
no,
I'm just saying.
here's the funny thing about it. This is what a lot of people don't know.
I know where you're going with this.
This is what a lot of people don't know. This is actually something that's actually being pushed by Kim.
What?
The tape.
It was planned. It was all
No
planned
freaking
out.
way.
Yeah.
It was
Ray-
planned so that they would make money off of it.
Absolutely. You can go to the site. I don't know if it's still up, but you could go to the site and buy the sex tape. Ray J and Kim were making money off of the sex tape. This wasn't just some sex tape that got leaked and it's like, oh no, it's a sex tape, because they got plenty of power and money to just erase the thing off of the market. But there was a site where you could buy the actual sex tape. And they were getting kickback from
It wasn't like the Pam and Tommy Lee thing, you know.
I was
It
going to
was
say,
like,
usually that's what it is.
No, this was planned for them to create a scandal and make money on it.
Absolutely.
Damn, I need to do that.
And it shot.
I just don't have the clout.
It shot Kim into relevance.
Why? I don't know.
And shot the Kardashians
I think
as a whole into
if that's the
relevance.
way you're going to do things,
Yeah.
just stick to it and just keep going.
Well, here's
I
the
mean,
thing. That's taboo. You can't just go out there, have a sex tape, and be like, "Oh, now I'm a porn star." After
I mean, you
I'm
can.
this daughter. Well, you can now, but we're talking about what, early 2000s.
Yeah, was it like 2005?
Yeah,
Oh, that
Something
was
like
definitely.
So people needed
Close
a
to 20,
scandal. People needed something to talk about. People needed something to come at the water cooler. Like, you
here-
can see
but-
that sex tape, you know. So
But why? But why Ray J?
Why not Ray J?
I don't know. He only had like one good song.
Yeah, why not Ray J?
I mean, R. Kelly would have been the better option.
I mean, probably back then, but in hindsight, probably not. But
Just saying.
It would have been an even bigger scandal.
It would have been a
See,
big-
right? Like, you know.
there's fame.
I didn't just pee on 12-year-old girls. Damn it!
Right, there's
I
fame,
had sex with Kim.
there's
but peed
fame,
on
and then
her.
there's infamy. You know, R. Kelly's on the infamy side, Kim's on the fame side. So you create a scandal around this sex tape that's not actually a scandal. It's all planned. It's all prepared, ready to go. It's all packaged and ready to get shipped. There you go.
Should have been R. Kelly. Anyways,
But that's one example.
Next.
I want to run another example by you. This is an example that a lot of people don't think about. Let me take a drink. But Elon Musk.
I think he has great potential, right? I think he's done some great things, but like there's a huge scandal with him and his SpaceX down in Boca Chica Beach because like they'll blow up a rocket and it's in shrapnel like
Into
5-mile
space.
radius.
Yeah.
No, on the beach.
Oh, on the
And
beach, yeah.
So like all the migratory birds and the wildlife that's in this giant stretch of beach
Yeah.
have not returned to it. So it's pushed them all out. You know, I mean,
oh shit.
yeah, it's
Yeah. There's also been a...
they won't go in and clean it up.
Yeah,
And then-
yeah. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, but where did he come from?
So here's the thing. See, you said he's done great things. Now, what has he done?
I think so. Innovation, right? Because I do think that we need certain things. Like, I'm not on the full electric bandwagon, right? But there are some great innovations, right? That he's brought it to the masses, okay? Which,
Yeah.
you know, and done things like that. But yeah, as far as great things, we're about to get on the electric car tangent.
Dude, all I can say before you get into that is that one Porsche, I don't know what it is, the electric Porsche
Taken.
is freaking amazing.
It's cool.
It's so
It's
damn
cool.
cool. That's all I'll say.
This
Other
is
than that, it sucks.
This is my thing about Elon Musk. This is kind of the same thing that who's the guy who did Apple?
Steve
Damn.
Jobs.
Steve Jobs. There we
Yeah.
go.
Now, so Elon Musk is kind of like Steve Jobs, but worse, because Elon Musk actually himself has no ideas. Elon Musk is actually just the face of the company.
Okay.
So he's charismatic, kind of. You know, he's kind of aloof. He doesn't
Yeah.
really know everything that's going
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
He's an
You know,
eccentric.
yeah, exactly. You know, he's like the guy you trudge out to
Exactly.
to show the
So-
product, because he actually does nothing.
He doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people think, oh, he's so smart. and
Yeah. And
He's done this and brought us electric vehicles.
Yeah,
Did he?
he's no.
You know?
He was really the money guy.
Yeah, he's the money guy.
Oh, is that all he was?
Because
Yeah.
he got lucky in, I
He
want to say
failed up.
lucky. He got lucky in crypto.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, okay.
He just had a lot of, foresight, I guess, in that regard. I
Yeah.
mean, but it's not like he came from nothing either. I mean, he had money.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's like the whole thing where it's like, oh, well, like Steve Jobs didn't go to college. It's like, well, yeah, but he also was rich. It's like, of course,
Right.
like, and also people don't look at the college that they went to.
yes.
It's like, oh, these people dropped out. Yeah, but he dropped out of Harvard.
Right.
He dropped out of Yale. Like, they were fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they still made connections
Yeah.
with other business leaders and business people. And,
Yeah.
if you go to Harvard, like somebody knows your name. It's not like you went to, community college somewhere, and you're just a nobody. No,
Exactly.
Like they made connections. They made
Exactly. So, like, that's kind of my big deal with, like, certain people like that, where it's like, oh, these people are great. Like, they've done great things. And it's like, they haven't done anything. Like, they have people on their team who are coming up with the ideas and doing the blueprints and the fabrication and actually getting the stuff together.
Damn.
They're just the face. Steve Jobs himself was not the guy who invented the iPod. Like, he had a team around him who came up with an idea, and he was the presentation. He was the face of the company. So he himself didn't do anything.
On that note, you know who supposedly made hot Cheetos?
Oh.
The Lay's janitor.
Yes, I saw that documentary preview
see that?
the other
The
day.
Lay's janitor.
Yeah.
Janitor for Lay's.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to break this down.
I don't know the whole story. Don't ask me.
Can you, like, summarize it? Because that sounds amazing.
They're looking. The video I saw, it was for the movie documentary, whatever. And they were looking for something to take over. I think this is about the time when Doritos started doing its thing.
Really hidden, yeah.
And people were like, we need something different. And he went home, and the clip that they showed was like his son goes, "Oh my, ow, this is so hot," and they're like, "Stop eating it." And he goes, "No, it's a good hot. I like it, so I'm gonna keep eating it." And then it ding.
Hot Cheetos.
So then he pitched the idea, and I think he was like the spokesman or something. Kind of the same thing along the same lines.
See, that's kind of like a rags to riches type of story, though. That's not being famous for doing nothing. You actually kind of did something.
But he was the he didn't know how to be the spokesman.
right, yeah, he didn't really know
And
what he was
pitch
doing.
the idea and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't like media trained.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I got you. Okay, so
Crazy, huh?
that is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They made a movie about it.
They
Or
did they?
movie, documentary.
Documentary.
If so, I got to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think they made it a movie, kind of.
Yeah.
Netflix or Hulu. It might be on Hulu.
You remember-
actually.
I'm gonna
You
look
know
it up.
how
'Cause that sounds really fun.
you know how they did the whole Waco thing where they
Yes.
made it like a good series, like
Oh man.
yeah.
Which one have you watched though?
the one
Because
with,
they're
I've been watching so many different Waco stuff.
they're
man.
from so many different viewpoints.
Yes.
Like you could tell this one's way over here. This
Yeah.
one's
No,
way over here.
This was
Yep.
the one with the guy that was in
300 BC,
3000
BC.
The
or
Dahmer guy?
John. No,
The one that
they're
played
not.
Dahmer.
But now they've got a Waco aftermath too of the same thing, and it's this whole shit show. There's an old guy. If you saw the guy, he was
Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch.
What's
Yep.
what's the old guy's name though? The guy that tries to stop them from using the EMP or not the EMP. What?
Oh, going in with the tanks.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You know who I'm talking about?
I do.
Show him the picture. You'll know.
He was in. Oh, here we go. Cast Michael Shannon. That guy.
Oh,
The one that
yeah,
he's
he's
in.
been in a bunch of movies. Nobody
So-
knows his name.
Yep.
So
I know.
him and the other guy.
That one guy.
Show him the Taylor
Yeah, that guy.
The who?
Taylor Kitsch.
Oh, Taylor
Wouldn't that
Kitsch.
suck to be in like a bunch of big name movies
And no one knows
So
who
he
you
was-
are.
nobody know your name?
He was the one that played the head dude.
Koresh.
Dave
Koresh.
Koresh.
Yeah.
So it was that one.
I think that was the latest one that was on Netflix. I believe.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
one that I've been watching, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. It's kind of like the newer one. It's like the actual documentary. They're interviewing the people who were not just the Davidians, but also the officers.
Well, wasn't there only
and like
one
the
Davidian
FBI
left?
people? Well, the
No,
ones
there's
who
still
are
a bunch
left,
of
there's
drummer.
a couple of them. You have because the drummer is in it,
The drummer, yeah.
and a couple of Koresh's like daughters.
Daughters / wives /
Yeah,
whatever.
a couple of
Baby
them are in
mamas.
it, and they're still like defending him. Yeah, because we're
Yeah,
talking about like
so-
they were little kids.
Yes, that's the documentary like that I'm talking about where
Yeah.
they're like it's like they handpick the people who are like the craziest to interview. Because like that one lady was like defending him marrying
hardcore
kids and stuff. And I'm like, where did they find this lady?
Yeah.
This is the one that you chose for this? Really?
Had to be entertaining.
Yeah. Well, if you go, the further I went through the episodes, I saw what they were trying to do. Because they were actually bringing both sides to the table. So they were like, these are like the Davidians, like the hardcore people.
Well,
these were also the officers who were there, and these are the people who...
on the law enforcement side, I think they picked the village idiots to interview too.
They did.
Because like the one guy was like, oh yeah, then they decided to run over his like Ford Ranchero or something. I'm like, it's an El Camino. It's clear as day. You knew damn good and well that you were running over an El Camino. You know damn good and well it wasn't a Ranchero.
And I'll tell you what, in the series, the Netflix series, that thing looked freaking amazing. So I'd have been pissed if they were.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
My El Camino. So
I've been like Waco has been kind of my weird, like I don't want to call it obsession, but it's kind of an obsession because like ever since I heard about it when I was a kid, I've been like looking for stuff about this because that to me that's just wild how it all went down. So I've been watching documentaries, I've been watching miniseries, I've been watching all kinds of stuff.
Go down the rabbit hole of the government conspiracy theory about Waco and Oklahoma City.
Oh no! Trust me. Like when this is
it's bad.
I actually talk to people about this when I'm talking about my reptile over there. I go hardcore when it comes to like actual straight up research. Okay, I make sure that if I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole where they start talking about like lizard people and shit like that, I'm like when
you want to go make a tinfoil hat, you know?
Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get out.
I lock all your doors, put your tinfoil hat on, and start reading. Yeah,
I pride myself to have that self awareness to know when I'm doing a little bit too much.
I went down like a little bit of it, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
I gotta stop.
It gets like the stuff that was going on in there.
It'll take you all the way back to like Kennedy. Stuff. Yeah.
It's like, what's going on here? But I try to focus mainly on who the people are, how they got here, and then like
what
the
actual event.
Yeah, the actual event because I don't want to know about what happened, what passed in legislation to get this. So I just want to know what happened to the house.
Well, I've been watching Snowfall. That's like my latest series. Oh, it's so good. But, you know, like, it's government that was bringing in cocaine, you know, to sell and fund a war, you know, in Nicaragua and everything. And I'm like, yeah, this really does happen.
You know what's funny is I'm starting season 3 of Narcos. The first Narcos.
Man.
And so you bringing that up, I'm like, oh, shit. Like it's the same thing.
Plato or Primo?
It's been good too. It's it's like the same thing they did with Dahmer. They not idolized him. And
it wasn't really like a martyr. It was just like more factual. Like, Showed showed some of the bad too, but showed like I guess good and the bad. You know,
it's a real fine line. This is kind of something that Dahmer got wrong. It's a really fine line between showing.
Hold on. Yeah. Dahmer got a lot of things wrong. He killed.
I'm sorry.
99.9% wrong.
Hold on there, guy. Let's clarify.
Let me clarify. Yeah, thanks for catching that. Let me clarify. It's only one thing. I mean, he wasn't that
killed
me. He only ate parts of them.
A couple.
Yeah. Come on, they were friends.
Was he really? Was he really gay?
Yeah,
I don't doubt it.
He was like he was like bi or something like that.
Oh, okay. Because they made him seem like he was just straight up gay. I didn't know. That was one thing I didn't know about him. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, well, his thing, the pleasure with him is he got off the actual like doing the thing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he was like going after people who he wanted to date,
like drugging the one kid that everybody flipped out over.
Right, because we're talking about like basically kids. So yeah, but the show Dahmer, something that I feel like they got wrong is they made him out to be like kind of like an idol almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like
they idolize.
Yeah. So there's a real fine line you have to walk when you're doing something like that. Is you show what happened, and you do have to kind of in a way show their humanity. But if you show their humanity, you have to also keep it balanced.
Yes.
And because it's very easy to go the opposite way, and now we're like, you
can't glorify something bad.
Glorify. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
I was starting to do that at one point. because I was like, oh, he was a military guy. He served our country. He was screwed up in the head from that.
And you can have compassion for that.
Yeah.
But there's
that's when I started doing it, and I'm like, okay, well, hold on. The guy killed kids and people, so hold on a second.
Yeah, and there's a lot of families who are affected by that who are very upset about how they portray Dahmer in that show. So, yeah.
You know, I heard they're supposed to do a show just like that about Gacy.
It's already out.
Oh, it's already out?
Yeah, it's on Netflix
really?
too. Yeah, I don't know if I could watch that one because that was like
The Clown?
all kids.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can watch that one.
we did a whole episode too about like their last meals.
The last meals of serial
and
killers.
Gacy
Was he the
went?
He was a total psychopath.
Oh, but yeah, like his last meal was insane.
Above and beyond.
Yeah, it was basically just like a bucket of a bunch of stuff, and you'll hear about it. It's interesting to say the least.
Find the bad things too, like 13 Reasons Why.
Yep,
Like that was a
the
very
big one.
fine line too about glorifying suicide in teens.
Yep.
Like,
what was that one?
it was on Netflix.
Was that one that just came out not too long ago?
No, it's been out for
a while.
There was 2 parts. Like
Oh, maybe that's
the
what it
first
was.
part was out. That's been years.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's been like probably over 5 years
Yeah.
now. So yeah,
Okay,
But it
I-
definitely like kind of that fine line of glorifying, especially with kids, like being very influential and everything. It's
Yeah.
like, man, this is.
they had to like go through a bunch of disclaimers, and they went through a bunch of like this media tour and things like that
Yep.
because it got to that point where people
Yes.
were like, hey, this is like
It's the cool thing to do.
yeah. So yeah, it was it was a dark time for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Last meal was a dozen deep fried shrimp, a bucket of KFC's original recipe chicken.
Oh my god.
There's no picture, but the picture we saw,
A pound of strawberries.
It was a pound of strawberries, a giant thing of French fries.
Yeah.
This one, I don't remember if this is the one that we did.
A
It says
pound of strawberries. How did he not poop
pound of
himself on the
strawberries.
way to the chair?
I know.
a bottle of Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Was it Diet
he
Coke?
had the bottle. Like yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He ate so much.
So it was technically that, but
Yeah.
who had the best
Well,
one?
the odd
What was
combination,
the freaking
too.
steak one?
Yeah, somebody had like this steak, like this steak with like this baked
was,
potato and like some green beans. It
It
looked
looked
beautiful.
really good. It was
Yeah.
who's the main guy?
I can't remember his name. He was like a gang leader, wasn't he? Or something like that.
No, wasn't it? What's his name? The cult leader?
Oh, Charles Manson.
Wasn't it Manson?
No,
Was it Manson?
no. The one we're talking about was like a gangster or something like that who killed people.
I'd have to go.
I don't.
back.
Charles Manson wasn't executed, was it?
No, he
just-
wasn't. You're right.
He wasn't executed
So
because he never actually did the murder.
He just told people to do it.
Right.
That's
That's right.
right.
and so
Yeah.
they couldn't put him on.
hell was it?
death
I can't
penalty.
remember his name, but
It was Gacy and
but also Bundy had a good one.
I think it was him. I think it
yeah.
was Ted Bundy.
But yeah, because he had like
Another-
didn't he opt for the traditional?
But I think that's what their traditional was.
Yeah, like no, his traditional was like oh my god, it was like an egg sunny side up over some like toast or something like that, and then it was some bacon. It was basically a breakfast, but it had meats too. It was I think it was a sandwich.
His was a steak done medium rare, eggs
okay.
over easy, toast with butter and jelly, milk,
That's
coffee,
what it
juice, and hash browns.
Okay, yeah, it was like a meat with breakfast.
This one says he didn't even have a single bite.
Was
Was that the one where he said he didn't want it?
No, what you're thinking about. The one you're thinking about. I'm going to get to that, but the one you're thinking about is the guy who declined the traditional or declined his own, and they gave him the traditional, but he didn't eat it.
Yeah, that's. It says this one's Ted Bundy.
But-
who did that.
If Ted Bundy didn't eat it, that's interesting because I don't remember being that the case. But there was also a guy who ordered an olive with the pit in. That was it.
Oh, it was disgusting. It was horrible.
That's the only thing he ordered.
People that eat green olives are weird.
Yeah, and then there was like Timothy McVeigh in Indiana. He ordered like a two pints of mint ice cream.
I think I heard that actually.
One guy, I'll have to show you the episode.
It was-
but one
it was a
guy
pretty
even
good
had
episode.
he had something. Was it like 2 or 3 large pizzas while he
Yes.
watched the Lord of the Rings series?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were trying to
was
figure out
his,
what's
like-
the time limit for
Yeah,
these
'cause
guys
I-
to eat their food.
Because I think, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, I think it was like it varies by state.
I think it does.
It's like some people, like, and maybe in just an example, let's say Texas, let's say you get an hour to eat your meal. But let's say in Arkansas, you get like 5 hours.
Or if
do
you
whatever
get it like
want.
the night before, and then they don't want you to eat the morning of,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like maybe you get it the night before,
Right.
You know?
And I was thinking about the guy who has to like
Clean up.
clean these people. I'm like,
All that
'cause
fried food.
Yeah, like Gacy. Can you imagine?
Bet you that guy still has nightmares from cleaning him.
I can't imagine. I mean, the pound of strawberries alone is like, oh my god. And then he had like the freaking KFC original recipe with the
if
shrimp
he-
and then the fries. I'm like, oh
He
my
ate
god.
all that, like legit ate it
if
all.
he actually ate all of that, that's wild. Because it didn't say whether they ate all of it.
But he was a big guy too.
He's a
wasn't
big
he?
guy.
He was,
I mean,
fat.
Yeah. And he was like, what, 6?
he was tall
He
too.
was tall.
Like,
He was
really tall, but really big.
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, like the end of the episode, I was just thinking about the person who has to clean these people out, and I'm just like, oh my god, like some of the meals. Yeah,
No, can't do it.
yeah. But I also wanted to kind of close it out of like different projects that you were working on, because you kind of hinted at that you had other projects that you were kind of that were kind of in the works. So is there something that's like really got your time these days with certain projects?
Well, like I always have to have multiple projects running, just because you're waiting on parts, or kind of being a creative too. Like, man, I just get burnt out on something, and I need to just turn my focus elsewhere for a little bit. Like I just get like writer's block, but just
For
like,
sure.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, so go like
You know,
turn to
yeah.
something
So
else. See what's
pivot at something else, and I mean, I've got a really cool S10 for a client down in Austin that I'm building, and it's gonna be really neat. I think we're gonna race it at the Big Bend Open Road Race in October, which would be really fun.
A little bit of speed.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fast little truck.
Yeah.
LS.
So it's neat. Yep. LS.
Which one? Just the
6-speed
5.3?
manual, 5.3 with big cam, but 6-speed manual, Corvette brakes, big
I'm
suspension,
gonna have
big
to get
sway
with
bars.
you on what I'm doing for a project
Yeah,
now.
it's,
Because damn.
it's got a lot of cool stuff. So
Well, didn't you and Mason want to have like a project car?
Yeah. We were trying to. Although I found. Do you ever watch Power Nation? I think is what it was.
Power Nation, actually, yeah, Power Block Nation's still on, I think.
So
Or-
this one was Power Nation, I think, but they did a OBS. I know this is Chinese for you, so hold on.
Hey, go
Yes.
for
They
it.
did an OBS truck
road-
that was
road race
all,
style.
That was all-wheel drive the whole time.
Yeah.
I want to do one with a two-door Tahoe or Blazer, but I don't know. I think it would match up, wouldn't it?
you have to use a full-time case, like in a full
Yeah, like they got.
Denali or Escalade transfer cases.
But
full-time
do the
all-wheel
same
drive.
exact thing, but the measurements would be the same, right? It's the same thing as an OBS truck.
Yeah.
Same width and everything. Dude, that's because I'm trying to do one like with me and my son, but I want to take it around, and I want him and the wife and the daughter to be able to be in there, so I need something with seats. So I was like, man, I would really love to do those because I love OBS.
I got a Nova that I'll sell you.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I might have to talk about that in a second here.
I got all kinds of stuff, man. I got all kinds of
I'm going to
stuff
have to make a
going
trip out there.
on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. My wife gripes sometimes. She's like, what's going on with that one? 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 She's like the cleanup manager, like,
Oh,
Yeah.
she's the boss.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we all know how that goes. It's okay.
Yeah, sometimes.
All these guys are like, no, I run the shit. No, it's your buddy.
No.
It's your
Yeah. Well,
Not to insult you or anything.
me personally, like, I don't think if one person runs the household or just like has the ultimate say in everything, I don't think it works out. Like, I don't think it does.
No.
It's a mutual thing.
Oh,
you know,
definitely.
like-
Actual partnership.
yes.
And how long have you guys been together or married? Or
2000. Been together since 2008. Married since 9.
Okay.
So,
damn, so yeah, a few years longer. So we met in
Oh, yeah,
2011.
Yeah.
Married in 2014, 13, 14. I know the date. It doesn't matter. Anyways,
I'll cut this part out. Get the date.
it was
Yeah.
March 9th.
Okay, yeah. Say
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we'll just like we'll cut that. Well, I'll do
once
some
you get
edits.
past that 10-year mark, it's like,
I
Yeah,
think
what was
this.
man, I mean, I think it really gets easier.
I don't know if this year is 10 years. It's this year or next year is 10 years for us. So
Well, you
But
said
we've
11
been-
or 12?
Well, 11's when we started dating. We actually started dating on 9, 10, 11. So I know that.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
and we had our first picture taken together the next day at my grandma's house. We just found that out yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you showed me like a really old pic of
dude,
you. I was
I'm
like,
telling you.
wow.
I'll show you, but it's
I
nuts.
saw the picture. I was like, that's you?
I'll do this one real quick, but yeah. So
Yeah, we got married on 3/7/9, so like our anniversary is really
Okay.
easy to remember too.
Nice.
Yeah, so you would know. I mean, you being a dad, you being married, the whole, hey, it's not just us. I mean, or it's not just me, it's us.
It's us. Yes,
It's I hate people that are, oh no, it's all me. I run the show.
I make the decisions. I do
No,
this.
you don't. Shut up.
I'm the one who throws furniture at her.
Listen,
Those are
sir.
downstairs.
Listen, if you were there, you would have understood.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I need to learn how to just shut my mouth.
Or not have her show up in a cast.
Yeah,
Don't have your wife show up injured and tell me what happened.
Derek, look,
Word
I
for
got
word.
hurt.
She was the one who told me. So.
Shut up, bitch.
As you mush her out the door.
Well, can't find it. Anyways,
you've got business.
I'll figure it
you
out.
got business to do with Bennett Builds here off air. So
but
we'll talk about
the last thing I want to tell you is I want to give you these, just as a hey, if you can help us out kind of thing. I am actually telling you to commit crimes and put them where they don't need to go
Wow.
for lots of foot traffic.
Okay.
And we will end it on that.
Yeah.
Spider Mountain has a sticker board where everybody puts stickers at.
Yeah. As you said, legal boys, we got them.
Right. Come in like SWAT through the windows.
Right.
Freeze!
What would you ever really do?
My
Like, if
insurance
that
doesn't
really,
cover that.
I mean, like, you see people like immediately jump up and grab a gun. I would just be frozen.
I probably,
be like-
I think,
would too.
yeah, I'd be like, wow, that guy
I
just
don't
repelled
know-
into my window.
I don't know if because my response to see that automatically freeze.
You'd be
I'm
like,
not doing
"That's
anything.
so
Or would you just like
amazing.
hit the floor? I'd just be like,
I wouldn't even.
I don't
like,
think so.
As I'm sitting right now, they would come through the window. I look over and I'm just still looking at them, just frozen. I'm not moving. I'm barely breathing.
It's not until
A
they
SWAT
grab you
team
and
come-
throw you on the floor that
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
now shit's real. Yeah.
Yeah. you ever see like those? I feel like my response. Sometimes you're so scared that you just keep repeating the same thing.
Yes.
So I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa,
What's your name? Whoa.
whoa.
How old are you? Whoa.
I feel like I just like keep saying the same thing over and over because I'm so terrified. I did my best. I did my best. just say stuff that doesn't make sense at all.
I can't pull over any farther.
Right.
Mashed potatoes.
I haven't been drinking. I swear. Like in my own apartment. I got clothes on. Just things that are just completely out of nowhere. But yeah, I feel like that's how I would be. But
I would freeze. I'd be like you, and then until they put me on the ground, I'd be like,
Yeah.
people are in here. oh.
just start going Ric Flair. Just, woo, woo. But we have reached the end of this episode. At the end of every episode, we reach our hands together and we say podcast, and we give everybody a fist bump. So on 3, we will say podcast. 1, 2, 3, podcast.